It was only yesterday that I posted a new video on Hogwarts Legacy, sharing with you all that today we're getting a second gameplay reveal. We're gonna have another live stream from the team, and if you want more detail about this one, don't hesitate to check in the video description below for my full playlist on Hogwarts Legacy video. But we got even more news that I just couldn't wait to share with you all, because this has big impact for many of you. And now the title is not clickbait, but let me start with the good news. The first good news is that we actually now have a release date confirmed for Nintendo Switch. If you have seen my previous video around which version to buy, on which console, and also which version between the standard, the deluxe and the collector, I was actually sharing at the end of the video that the Switch was the only console without a release date. Now we have it, it will be July 25th, 2023. So that's quite late, right? Because remember that the game is supposed to come on February 10th, so you're waiting a number of months. But that's not the only game that's doing this. Nintendo Switch is basically a completely different version of the game, so it makes sense that it takes a more time to make. So basically on this one I also stand by my previous conclusion where I said if you have a console that is different from the Switch but you were thinking of buying it on the Switch, well, don't. Just buy it on your other console, whatever that may be. The other big news and good news is not actually on this Twitter page here, but was shared also yesterday. They've once again confirmed that the game is basically finished. The game has gone gold, which means they're ready. They stopped the development. They stopped making changes, to the base version of the game, but that's only great news for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC buyers. Why? Because now moving to the bad news, if they are confirmed that for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, so basically the old-gen console, you're gonna have to wait longer. Basically, like all studios, they always develop the base game on the latest generation console, and then when they're done, they retrofit the version into an old gen and try to make it work. And like many other games before in the recent year, they can see that it's not as easy as they thought. So again, it's not the first game to do that where they're gonna say, you're gonna get old version on this date, and then later on they have to say, actually for the old gen it's gonna take us longer. There's actually many games in the last 3 years that even said, well, actually for old gen console, just forget about it. We told you we would give it to you and now we're not giving it to you anymore. On the opposite spectrum, you have Cyberpunks and other games like this which tell you where you get everything, but the old gen are so bugged that it's as if you're not even getting it. But still, it's not because Hogwarts Legacy is not the only game to do this that they get a free pass. In my opinion, it still isn't right. In particular, because you've already opened the pre-orders. People have made their choices, have bought it, and now you're changing the rules of the games. That is not good. I'm really disappointed by this. And in particular for things like the Deluxe Edition or the Collector Edition. Because the main reason many people bought the Deluxe Edition, for example, was to get the early access, the 3-day early access to play it on the 7th of February instead of the 10th. Now if you bought the Deluxe Edition for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, you're actually not getting that early access. That early access won't exist. So basically you pay $10 more for nothing. And don't even get me started on the Collector Edition. Because again, you're only getting that Collector Edition for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One on the 4th of April. You paid $300 and you're getting it several months later than everybody else, even those people that bought just the standard edition. Again, just to be clear, I'm not saying this is only an Hogwarts Legacy problem. Most of the gaming industry have that problem right now, but that still doesn't make it right. I think everybody needs to stop, and that also doesn't mean that Hogwarts Legacy couldn't have done it better. You could have said from the start that here is the release date for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S and PC. For PlayStation 4, Xbox One and Nintendo Switch, you have to wait to know the release date. Obviously they would have gotten less sales from PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, but it's still the right thing to do in my opinion. So I could definitely understand if many of you are upset, in particular if you bought PlayStation 4 and Xbox One and now you don't know what to do. But the last thing I wanted to say for all of you, if you are worried that maybe you won't see it on the channel, don't worry, I made my decision. I am buying it on PC. I even got an upgraded GPU just to be ready for it on my PC, so we won't be impacted by this. And again, because they've confirmed now twice that the game is finished, that the game has gone gold for the base version, I'm 99% certain that for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S and PC, we won't have any more problems. So still really excited to see the gameplay tonight, and of course I'll cover it as soon as I can on the channel. Don't hesitate also to share if you have any questions, thoughts or requests for other videos in the comments below, and I hope to see you next time.